guidance or advice from our specialists. And to start with, may we call on the presentations. We will also ask for some guidance or advice from our specialists. And to start with, may we call on Malay City Region 10 to present their project of Bukidnon National High School.
So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Allow us to introduce ourselves. I am Nino Jen M. Manos.
And I am Joangela A. Baliner.
So we are the proponents of our project, a policy proposal. So let us start with this. Now, carbon dioxide. Ladies and gentlemen, carbon dioxide is one of the greenhouse gases contributing to the increase of the global temperature. It is released simply when you're just sitting there, when we breathe, when we burn fossil fuels for our energy sources, when factories make something to suffice or satisfy human needs. We release carbon dioxide. Now, the change in the global climate is often caused by this. We emit too much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that we trap more heat in the atmosphere, which we call the greenhouse effect, which then increases the Earth's temperature. Now, the amount of carbon dioxide emitted by an individual or an institution is what we call the carbon footprint. So, first, I have a question for you. Do you know how much carbon dioxide you emit daily? Now, when you spend so much time in turning on the lights of your room, or charging or using desktops, or charging your mobile phones to stream YouTube, watch mukbangs, ASMRs, post stories on Instagram, do you know how much carbon dioxide you emit? Did you even know that even sending a very short email contributes to the amount of carbon dioxide you emit? That's about 0.14 ounces of equivalent carbon dioxide. And when we use, for example, a 24-inch TV to stream Netflix, did you know that using this for 2 hours is equivalent to driving a car for about 1.6 kilometers? That's about 440 grams of equivalent carbon dioxide. That is a very big contribution to the increase of our carbon footprint. On a global scale, the amount of carbon dioxide emitted has increased about 1.6% in 2017. That's about 36.2 gigatons of carbon dioxide. Now we saw this as a growing problem, the increase of the carbon dioxide. So then we conducted a research in 2017 in 2 schools, in 2 high schools, meeting the same parameters, which they have a large population, and trees to sequester the amount of carbon they should emit. The schools were Bukidnon National High School and Bukidnon National School for Home Industries. Now we found out that Bukidnon National High School has emitted 431.2 metric tons of equivalent carbon dioxide. Meanwhile, in Bukidnon National School of Home Industries, they have emitted 378.8 metric tons of equivalent carbon dioxide. Now, this is very big. Now, if we break that down to 3 scopes, according to the carbon footprint calculator we use, it showed that scope 1 and scope 3, with the direct transportation fuel and the student commuting, has a very big contribution to the carbon emitted by the institution. Now, we also determined the amount of carbon sequestered by the trees, since Bukidnon National High School has actually a mini forest which we protect and mitigate for the carbon dioxide to be sequestered. And also the Bukidnon National School for Home Industries, they have trees present enough to sequester the carbon emitted. But however, the results showed that even with the area of the mini forest that we have in Bukidnon National High School, we still have not offset or balanced the amount of carbon emitted. Same with BNH Bansai. They have not sequestered or they have not offset their carbon footprint. Now we see this as a growing problem in our community. Now these amounts of carbon emitted is one of the main causes why we are experiencing climate change. Yes, we already know that. Now the world is constantly changing. But of what is happening right now, this is not normal. This is not healthy anymore. Now we are currently experiencing the consequences of the human activities, the things we do, and we must not act now. Now, prior to the results of our research, we are here to propose to you the offsetting carbon footprint in high schools for mitigating climate change as an action.
So with those scenarios, with those problems that we encountered, and with those resolved, the proponent of the policy would like to focus on mitigating or on the secondary school to calculate their carbon footprint and also show the existing policies that should be strengthened in order to lessen our carbon. This would like also to address the drastic increase of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases emitted by the high schools. These policies want to strengthen existing policies that will be tackled later in order to lessen our carbon footprint. And it would like to inform us, students, teachers, stakeholders, so that we can do further research, develop, and plan more activities in order to lessen our carbon emissions. So now, the question is, how do we know our carbon footprint? Or should I say, how can we calculate our carbon footprint? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you Clean Air Cool Planet Campus Carbon Calculator developed by University of New Hampshire in order to get the carbon footprint of the school. So here is the form of the calculator. It can be edited or you can input the data in the Microsoft Excel. So it composed of three scopes. Scope 1 covers the direct transportation fuel or the fuel used by the school vehicle. It also covered the refrigerants and chemicals, freezer refrigerators that used by the canteens or air conditioner used by the office. And also agriculture if the school have poultry or crops or use fertilizers for the plants. Scope 2 covers the electricity. And Scope 3 covers the faculties that student commuting, their distance between the school and their homes and the means of their transportation, if they're using bicycle, walking, or commuting. Then, it also covers the direct finance air travel and other direct finance travel sponsored by schools in order to join contests or do activities outside the school using a vehicle. And lastly is the paper consumption. Get the data required for the calculator, and after that, it will show the result of the carbon footprint.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, different activities can be done to offset the amount of carbon emitted by the high school, such as increasing the carbon stock of the school to those schools who have mini forest or protected areas which they have selected to protect. In Bukidnon National High School, we have a mini forest there that we mitigate and maintain so that we could continually sequester the amount of carbon we emit every year. You can also do tree planting activities and also conservation of energy such as generating alternative energy sources or by just simply observing the Earth Hour, which you turn off all electrical appliances for an hour. That will create a very big difference on conserving the energy. We could also do proper waste management, just simply segregating the recyclables to the non-biodegradables and to the biodegradables, or separating the solid waste to the liquid waste, and also paper conservation. We also have the reusing and recycling of materials and other sustainability scenarios. So this picture shows the practice in Bukidnon National High School. This is what we call the Globo. We collect used plastic bottles for them to be deposited in the material recovery facility for recycling. Now, our proposed policy will affect existing policies regarding the activities in mitigating climate change, more specifically in offsetting the carbon footprint in high schools. This policy will help strengthen the existing policies that is important in formulating and creating activities to help offset the carbon footprint, such as the Decade Order Number 33 series of 2008. It responds to the threat of climate change and global warming through massive, intensive, and sustained tree planting, tree growing, and tree clearing program. We also have the Decade Order Number 93 series of 2011, the mandated programs of the ESO, such as the seed bank and nursery establishment, planting, growing, and taking care of the trees, awareness campaigns, symposiums to the high school students for information, dissemination, and for them to have knowledge about what is happening in the environment. Also, waste management programs, segregation, and recycling through encumberation, and also energy, water, and power supply conservation. Next, we have the Decade Number 187 series of 2018, the pilot implementation of school inside garden program, where the schools will build or develop vertical gardens inside the school or gulayan sa palaran during the Brigada Eskwela. Then lastly, we have Republic Act number 10176 or the Arbor 8 Day Act of 2012, where this act revised the observance of the Arbor Day by authorizing the local government units the responsibilities for celebrating the day for tree planting as an annual event. They will plant the school and the community or the barangays will coordinate for them to plant trees, endemic trees, indigenous trees, on the area which they will protect them. Now, our policy will impact the administration, the faculty, and the staff of Bukidnon National High School or the high schools in the Philippines. Then, it will act upon the increasing amount of carbon emission to be able to establish discipline and promote awareness to the students as well. Now, this policy will not only create an impact to the school, but to the community and to our country as well. Act. ACT. Because actions create transitions.
For the implementation of the policy, the school will have an annual monitoring carbon footprint. If there will be a calculator, then it will be easy for the schools to compute their carbon footprint annually. It will be closely monitored by school organizations like Supreme Student Government, and DSO. Then, forests and vegetation areas should be protected and enhanced in order to increase our carbon stock. And lastly, we should practice the 11 mandates of ESO like tree planting, proper waste management, energy conservation, and lastly is the carpooling, which we can do it every day. So imagine a school that have carbon footprint, we can't avoid to emit carbon emission. We can sequester it by just simply tree planting, taking care of trees, and also protecting them in order to lessen our carbon emission. If the carbon emission will be sequestered by the trees, then we can call that as a carbon offset.
Now, if we say we have already offset our carbon emission, now all of these and more will be nothing if we don't start with ourselves, with our youth today, as stakeholders of the Department of Education, even companies, or as a citizen of the Republic of the Philippines. Now, we actually have the solution for climate change already. The policies that we have presented, they were already the solutions, but we are doing nothing about it. So today is a day that we should start doing something about it. Now, before we end our presentation, I would like to leave you a challenge. What have you done to reduce your carbon footprint? Or what have you done to cut off your emissions? What have you done to offset your carbon footprint? And what have you done to help our environment for the future generations to come? Or maybe, have you even done anything at all? Now, we should act to create a big impact. Do small things because it will make a very big difference. At this moment, I will ask you, ladies and gentlemen, what have you done today? Will we say, offset your carbon footprint today?
Thank you so much for watching this video. For those who are new, kindly subscribe to Mami Scrups channel.